Waterpark in Blackpool.
We're going to do this with a bit of a twist, versus
tea.
And what we're going to do in this video is we're going to show you from a mum's perspective in terms of the spa experience in the Sandcastle Waterpark, and then you're going to do
all the slides and just the experience of being in the actual water park.
Sadly, we couldn't film actually in there. We didn't notice that anybody was filming anything anyway, so unless you had, I don't even know if you could film on a GoPro. I think it was just no filming.
Yeah, I mean on slides and stuff it's obviously quite dangerous. It could easily fall off, and
yeah,
you were allowed to wear goggles on some slides, so you probably won't be able to wear a GoPro.
No. So basically we just took the view that we would just video the outside of the Sandcastle Park and going through into like the reception area.
Just tell you our
experience. We're going to tell you our thoughts about what, you know, how we found it. We spent a few hours there because all of your slots are usually 3 hours, and we got the slot at
3 to 6.
3 till 6. In terms of the Sandcastle Waterpark pricing, it is £24 each if you're 11 or over. So obviously little ones are obviously cheaper in terms of a child price, but for adult pricing it is £24. And for the spa experience I paid an extra £7 on top. So first of all I'm just going to talk about the spa experience and then we're going to go over to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So spa wise, it was smaller than I expected. I did expect a little bit more from the spa experience, I'll be honest. However, £7 really isn't a lot of money to add to your ticket. Now, personally for me, I didn't go on many of the water rides. If you're going along to the water park and you're not really going to experience many of the rides, especially maybe some of the bigger rides, then it's probably going to be quite an expensive experience for you for 3 hours, a 3 hour slot that you get. But I think for me, because I was going with you and Dad, obviously as a whole, I don't think it was expensive. I think it was good value in terms of the water rides available and the spa experience that I added on. But as I say, for me personally, I didn't do any of really of the water rides as such. I did the spa experience and a couple of the little rides with you, didn't I, the slides.
And what was your favourite ride?
My favourite ride was the only ride I went on actually, which was the little water slides. But that's the spa. As I say, it was quite small, there wasn't an awful lot in there, but what there was really good. I think if you were in quite an expensive hotel place and you were paying extra for a spa experience, you definitely pay more than that. My favourite part was the aromatherapy room. That was really, really nice. It was like menthol, lavender kind of aromatherapy oils that were obviously in the air. So sort of, like a steam room, but not as intense as a steam room. So I found that really, really nice and really relaxing. And there was like tiles that you sat on. You could kind of lay down, but it probably was a bit more uncomfortable, so more sitting up on the tiles, and it was all heated inside, and that was really relaxing and really nice. So I would think the aromatherapy was probably the best part of it for me. There was a couple of, just two heated lounges that you could just relax on, and then there was 3 foot spas, so you just pop your feet in, fill the water in, press the button for like a jacuzzi experience but for your feet. That was really good. But again, the number of things, so 2 heated lounges, 3 foot spas, didn't seem that many if there was quite a few people going in.
When it's busy, it's not
busy times. I mean our slot for the water park we got, which was on a Sunday, so again, to think that we went on a weekend, I didn't think it was overwhelmingly busy.
No.
And we got the slot 3 till 6, so it wasn't overwhelmingly busy. I think when we first got there it was at the busiest, and each hour that went by it got quieter. So in the spa itself, when I first went in, as soon as I got changed I went headed straight into the spa experience, and you can be there as long as you want. So I went in for maybe an hour. I came out, met up with you and your dad, did a few other things, in the pools and things.
While we were waiting for some slides, do you think you went back in?
And then I went back in, so I think I went 3 times in total. But there isn't a time limit. You get given, for your lockers, you get a wristband. But I got a different wristband for the spa experience, and then what you do is you literally just put it on your wrist and scan that at the door for the spa experience, but you do need that wristband.
And you also have to be over 18.
You do, yeah, only over 18s.
You have to be an adult.
Yeah, so there's only adults there. But actually thinking about it, they gave you 2 wristbands. One of them was like a waterproof backing paper one for the actual water park.
Yeah.
And then the other one was a different colour for the spa. It had spa written on it. But the actual one to get you in through the doors of the spa was part of the locker. So it was like a plastic wristband. So all in all, I had 3 on my arms. And I was confused when I first got to the spa. I was thinking, what do I scan to get in? And a lady helped me at the other side, and she said it's your locker one. So I had a separate locker wristband to what my husband had, and that mine obviously allowed me the access to the spa. So you scan that to get through, and it's unlimited, so you can go as long as you want to go.
You can go the whole time if you want.
Yeah, and as I said, the aromatherapy for me was the best one, and the foot massage spa thing and the heated lounges were good, but as I say, not many, so obviously when it was busy you had to then move around. The other aspects to it, there was a big ice machine that you could take the ice from it and then you can rub it on your skin, so like an ice rub. I didn't try that one. I'm not so keen on getting that absolutely freezing cold. But yeah, there was an ice rub. There was the sauna room, which got to a really high temperature. Just your standard sauna with like the wooden decking around you. And that was really nice. It was quite intense, quite hot. I didn't spend that long in there. And then there was a couple of steam rooms, one with salt and aromatherapy things, and the other one was just a standard steam room. So definitely, for me, the aromatherapy was the best room. All the experience that I've just talked about is pretty much what you would get from the spa experience. But I think for the £7 extra, I think if you just want to relax and have a nice time and away from the water rides, I think if you're doing quite a lot of the water rides and the spa, I think it's definitely really good value. I think if you're just doing the spa, it does seem quite a lot of money in total. But it very much depends on what your experience, what you want from your experience.
Yeah.
In terms of the pricing, if you're going to go on pretty much all of the rides, I think it's really good value.
Oh yeah, and there's also like food places, so if you went in the middle of the day you can get some food.
Yeah.
And there's lots of different experiences you can actually get just from going in there. You don't just have to do the rides.
Yeah, I mean, I think from what I saw, there seemed to be a lot of rubbish and food around on the tables and things, and I think the staff were trying to do the best to clear a lot of things up, but some things were in a little bit of a mess. I personally wouldn't eat in there, probably. Yeah. But for the actual rides and the water experiences and things like that, I think it's a really good place. I think it's very clean. I think it's well organised. Just talking about the slot that we got, so we got the slot 3 till 6, and at 3 o'clock it was definitely busy. When we first walked in,
we were like, whoa.
Really, really, really busy. But towards the end, it definitely got much, much quieter.
Yeah.
So a top tip would definitely be go probably the last slot, which is 4 till 7.
Yeah.
Then again, it can actually be open at different times of year, weekdays to weekends. So whichever time it is, if you pick the very last slot of the day, I'm pretty certain that that would be the most quietest time of the day to go.
Yeah.
So if you want to start talking about the actual rides that you went on, what was your worst one, what was your favourite?
One more thing I have to say is the time that you get changed is also included in your 3 hours.
Yeah.
So if you got the 4 till 7, or if you got another slot just randomly in the day, I'd recommend going a little bit earlier than that time, just so you can then get changed and have more time in the water park. Because if you take,
I'm not sure that they actually let you in though until your time. So we didn't really queue because there wasn't a big queue there or anything.
We're letting a bit early though, man.
Yeah, slightly.
We spent about 20 minutes getting dressed.
Yeah. I think if you were there a little bit early, then that's a good idea, just in case there was a queue.
Yeah.
But if you were there a lot earlier, they're not going to let you in until nearer your time slot.
Oh,
But they might let you in sort of 10-15 minutes before.
Yeah.
So you've got time to get changed and things.
Yeah, because obviously some things can be quite busy.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about the rides?
Yes. So I went on all the rides apart from 2.
Maybe.
Which they're all really fun. I went on the small ones, which you went on as well, which went for more younger children, and they're really fun. You did get a bit of splash, but you didn't really go underwater or anything. So.
These are the 3 little slides in the corner.
Yeah.
So there's a red, yellow and blue slide. So it's just like a normal slide, but you're on water.
Yeah, just like
and
that side.
You don't end up in the water. The water
just
splashes in your face.
But it's cute for
you don't go under the water or anything like that. It's more of a kids thing. Adults go on it too, obviously with the children.
I went in it for you.
And I went on that one, so I think that was really, really loads of fun.
Yeah, and then there was, I think it was a Thunder Falls water slides. Or something
Is that the blue and yellow one?
Blue and yellow. I went on both. Personally, I preferred the blue one because the yellow one had a few more drops and I think it went a lot slower. But I think the blue one was a little bit more faster and it was more thrilling.
And there was a lot of children going on that with the parents. So, for instance, if you had a younger child,
they can go on with
the parent. So I think that was a really good one. That was a really good.
To you, like, so you can hold them.
Yeah, I think that was a really good family one. To be honest.
It was.
So quite thrilling for an adult, but also really thrilling for a little child.
A lot of people were going at the same time, so it was like a race to see who would win.
Yeah. Was that your favourite one then, really?
Yeah, and you could lay down to go faster or sit up to go slower. So I sat up because I was a bit too scared I was going to go over.
And then what about the really big rides then?
Yeah, so I went on, I can't remember what it was called, but it was a massive one around like the whole complex bit. And it went outside as well. And
what I'll probably do is, again, while I'm looking at this, while I'm editing the video, I'll put the names of the rides that we're actually referring to on the screen so that you can see.
I went that one, and
is this the longest ride that they've got?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I was really scared to go on this, right? Because there's quite a big drop at the end. But I decided, you know, I'm just going to do it. But you had to go on your own, so that is also something to consider.
And you have like a dinghy thing, don't you?
Yeah, you couldn't go together, which I thought was a bit, I don't know, I fancied going with someone rather than just being on my own.
So your dad went on, but you both went separate.
But it was still really fun. When we were going round, it is quite intense. So for younger children, there was quite a few younger children going on it.
Yeah.
But it hurt my dad's back. It hurt a little. It ached a little bit.
So you said it was really, really fast.
The
force of the water.
It was like splashing everywhere, and it for younger children definitely it would have been quite scary. I was scared. And
it was one of the ones that goes outside. When you see the footage that we've taken of outside the Sandcastle Waterpark, it's one of them that goes actually outside.
I'm not gonna lie, the outside bit was the best bit. Because it went all like blue, and it wasn't as fast when you went outside, so it was actually really cool.
You didn't feel the drop at the very end either.
No, I didn't feel it that much because I was going backwards. I was trying to twist myself, and by the time I tried to twist myself, I was at the bottom. And obviously you couldn't wear goggles on that one, and you couldn't wear goggles on the blue and yellow either.
Okay.
And then I went on the drop one.
Yeah.
That went like that on a dinghy, and I also didn't really want to go on that, but I decided I was gonna, and. Yeah, I didn't like that one.
That's the one that has it's more like a scoop.
Yeah.
Going up and down, so you literally do like a free fall drop and you go up. Anyone who's gone to Disneyland Paris and knows what RC Racer is,
It's a bit like that.
It's a bit like that, but a water slide. So you go right down, then come back up, and just like a few times.
Yeah. I think there have been quite a lot of water parks.
And on the mention of Disney, anyone who likes Disneyland Paris, definitely go check all of our vlogs out from Disneyland Paris from June 2022, and then this last recent trip, February 23. So we've got all our playlists on there. We've done lots and lots of videos on Disneyland Paris, so check them out.
Was very good. I would say it's quite a thrilling ride.
Yeah.
You definitely did feel the drop. And it also kind of hurt my back as I went down.
Yeah.
It grazed my back a little bit.
There's quite a funny moment about that, but I don't know if Emily wants to share it or not.
Okay, I'll share it.
Why not? So if you're a girl and you've got cosy bottoms,
you have,
or
like,
bikini
bottoms where like they're not shorts.
Or just part of your cosy.
Oh, you can get shorts for girls, but you know what I mean, right?
A normal cosy,
Yeah, just normal cosy, right? So I was going down, and you sat in the ring, obviously, and my dad was just behind me because you could go in twos on this one. It's best going in two. I feel
so a child at the front, adult behind.
Yeah. Right, so I was at the front, all excited, slightly. I was a bit nervous as well. Went down, and as I dropped, my bikini bottoms went like into my bum.
Yeah.
And it grazed my bum as it went
So
down.
then I think she probably got a very painful moment.
Yeah, actually really had. And then
so if you could maybe wear shorts, that maybe would be better on that ride. But it might depend on the material.
It might, yeah.
Because you had like a UPF, UPV, whatever they're called. The sun suits. Not that you need it in there, because you don't. But it was one from Holiday.
Yeah,
and it could be the material
I really like that one.
that actually rubbed or something. But
yeah. But
anyway, but that was a really good. That was, from looking at it as a spectator, looking up at it, that looked really. It looked an awesome ride if you love big water rides. But for me personally, that just looked horrendous. And your face as you dropped down. And lots of other people that were screaming on it.
People weren't even that bothered though. There was literally little tiny kids going on it, and I think it ain't going to be bad.
No,
it was awful.
That was intense. I think that was the most intense ride, probably your worst ride. And then obviously the longer one that you went on.
It was good,
I found
it
unforceful.
quite a bit boring. There wasn't quite a lot on it.
Right.
It was good. No,
on the longer one,
it was
you mean?
good. Yeah. But it was kind of like swung you about everywhere, and it was just like there was nothing really to it.
Right, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
And then just to really summarise a few of the other things, there's lots of things there for little children in terms of like little tiny slides, little water fountain things that could just go under, just playing in the pool in general. So like teeny ones, we saw tiny babies through to little toddlers, that were all having lots of fun in water.
A little wave pool. There's then like just a little pool. There's also a lazy river, which is.
But the wave pool isn't. Little ones would have to have things on them.
If you stand right at the back, though, you'll be fine.
Yeah, there is like life jackets that you get there. So for little ones, you'd put these special jackets on. Not sure how you get them, but I imagine obviously when you've booked everything, they'll give you those jackets.
You can also go down slides with them and stuff. So.
Yeah. So for little ones, they would need to put those jackets on, and the wave pool actually can get quite intense the further in you go. But for little ones, you could stay further back, and for adults, want more of a thrill with the waves and things, can go further into it.
I think it's 1.8 metre deep.
And is that roughly about every half an hour? Or every 20 minutes?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Quite often. And there was also like a little splash world thing.
So there's quite a lot of things like that. The lazy river that you mentioned.
Yeah, for little children.
Yeah. But you don't go around in a dinghy on the lazy river. It is just literally yourself, and then there's buckets of water that tip down on you. Yeah. I would say as long as you're doing a lot of the rides, I think it's really good value. My only thing is whether 3 hours is enough, your 3 hour slot. In a way it is enough. If you're going at a quieter time, then I think you're going to get around most things, if not all things, more than once.
I reckon if you went midday, it's going to be hard.
If you've got big queues, then I think 3 hours is maybe not quite enough.
No.
But you can't do anything about that. It's just the 3 hour system slot that they do. So for the money that we paid, I would personally say as a family, we got a lot from that. We really enjoyed it. And even though I didn't do many of the, I didn't really do, only did one thing of the slides, and I went in the lazy river and did a few other bits. But
just swimming and stuff like that.
As a general thing, I just did the spa. You mainly did the rides. But overall, we would say definitely well worth visiting. Really, really good.
Fun family day out. And there's quite a lot to do if you like rides and if you don't as well.
Yeah. So we're going to leave this video here from the mum versus teenager. So from a mum's perspective, in the spa, it was really, really good. Really, really enjoyed it, and it was well worth it for me.
And
what about from a teen?
The teen's perspective, it was really good and really worth it, and I really enjoyed all the rides and slides. So for today's video, thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn post notifications on so you know every time we post a new video. I hope you really enjoyed our sandcastle experience, and hopefully you can go yourself and enjoy it as much as we did. Bye everyone.
See you next time.